Dynasty Warrior games are some of my favorite types of games. Are they mindless? Yes. Are they basically the same game repackaged with more content every time? Yes. But are they fun? Absolutely. There's truly nothing like mowing down hordes of enemies with my favorite Chinese war criminals. It's an addictive game loop that's kept me around since Dynasty Warriors 8. However, most of my experience with Dynasty Warriors tends to be front-loaded. I haven't really bothered with very many of the older titles, so now's a good time as any. So join me, dear viewer, as we go all the way back to the year 2000 and start our Dynasty Warriors journey. Some of you are probably wondering why I'm starting with Dynasty Warriors 2 and not 1. No, it's not because I can't count, but Dynasty Warriors 1 isn't really a Warriors game. It's more like a fighting game, and it's a bare bones one at that. This is also my retrospective, so if I feel like skipping a game in the series, I'm entitled to do so. For my retrospective, I have played through Zhao Yun and Guan Yu's story modes. There's not really a huge difference between the story modes with each character, they all pretty much share the same cutscenes. Well, since there really isn't much to talk about in terms of story, I guess I better talk about the gameplay then. So, I'm a zoomer, and I'm more accustomed to the recent Dynasty Warrior titles like 8 and the anime titles. They usually offer quick-paced and satisfying gameplay, so I was not prepared by how different the older games were. The older gameplay is much slower than the newer ones, and way more challenging. This time, instead of essentially being able to crush through all the peons and beat the way to the commander, you slowly make your way up to the boss. I guess grounded would be a good term to describe it. Or as grounded as a game franchise that features a giant red man with a green spear could be. At first, I really disliked this approach to gameplay because I was used to the more modern games, but over time, I started to like it. Either that or I have Stockholm Syndrome. It makes you feel like you're actually part of an army. Even though you might be a powerful warrior, you can die just as easily as your comrades if you aren't careful enough. Although, I think I'm a little bit better than the AI in this game because they're absolutely brain dead. Your army is pretty much just cannon fodder like always. There's another reason I only chose to play 2 characters in this game as opposed to the whole cast, and it's because I have many problems with the combat itself. So this being a game that's first of its kind, it's really rough around the edges. The combat itself feels very awkward and stiff, which is made no better by the fact that you have a limited moveset. This can make stringing moves together quite difficult. Dynasty Warrior games often get accused of being very repetitive, and I agree, but it's made much more tolerable by the fact that you have a bigger moveset in later games. Put that together with the combined length of the levels thanks to how slow they are, and you have a chore to play on your hands. You can lower the difficulty levels to make the levels go by faster, but you're going to be spending at least 20 minutes doing this over and over in each level. To make matters worse, the enemies are also a bit spongy. Maybe this isn't fair because I'm used to the modern games where they go down in one hit. It'll feel like you're stuck in an area forever wailing away at enemies thanks to the low draw distance of the game. I think they pulled the old Silent Hill trick by covering everything in fog to hide the limitations. The bosses also can take a while to put down, not only due to them having larger health bars, but they also have the ability to heal sometimes. I don't mind the game being more difficult, but the bosses being allowed to heal after being knocked down is completely unfair. The strategy I usually did to avoid this was doing 3 consecutive hits instead of a full combo. Another modern convenience that is sorely missed is the ability to level up during the fights themselves. In this game, you don't really level up until after the battle is over. I do like the way that it's handled in this game though, while it is considered ranks instead. You even get a group of bodyguards that level up with you. I usually forget them though because like everybody else outside of me, they don't do anything. God, I'm so tired of doing all the hard work around here. It's like no one appreciates what I do. I mean, not even a thanks or Dynasty Warriors is a bit rough in my opinion. Although I appreciate it being the first of its kind, it's very janky and stiff in comparison to the more polished titles. Is it worth going back to, though? In my opinion, not really. I feel like the series has come a long way since this game, and each one adds more convenient and fun aspects to them. Dynasty Warriors 2 feels very outdated by today's standards. It's bare bones and to the point, and that's what it's trying to do. I can't hate it, but I certainly don't love it. Make sure to stay tuned as we continue our retrospective with Dynasty Warriors 3. Until next time.